Hello, it is Sean from the Fun Kids Breakfast Show. So last weekend, we were one of the first to go on Symbolica, which is the new ride opening at Efteling theme park in Holland. So not only did we go and check out the ride, but there was also a royal banquet and all sorts of ridiculous stuff. So we're going to be showing you all that in this video, all part of the grand opening. So this is us being summoned to the grand banquet by the king and his trumpet men. There's Bex, who does the club on Fun Kids after the show. Look how excited she is as we go off on a little jaunt throughout the park to head over to Symbolica, the brand new ride that was opening that day. So we're just walking through the theme park, and then this was the buffet. Well, I'd say that the buffet. It was a buffet. This was a banquet. So we had this dude over here.
Before we head into the brand new Symbolica ride, we have to do some kind of gauntlet with some chefs.
Oh no, they're going, Bex.
Hurry up! You have to do like a line of shaking hands with all the chefs. Which, by the time we got there, this guy was in full swing, doing his bit. I was like, Bex, talk to the chefs.
I'm not too sure, but it's a meal. We'll have to probably follow them.
You missed the chefs.
We missed our lovely greeting with the chefs. So after that, the guy with the grey hair, he talked us through the etiquette and how to dine at a royal banquet and the sort of how to have manners. And as you can see,
you are so not royal.
He's really went down well with Bex, who is consuming that sandwich like true royalty. So once we'd had our lovely sandwiches and the rest of the royal banquet, we were en route to the Castle de Fantasy, which we were summoned to by, I'm pretty sure the main Efteling mascot was called Parodes, or was it Parodes? I'm not overly sure, but the little jester guy, she's loving life, summoned us over to the Castle of Fantasy, where this guy, who is now in an animatronic form, is now, I think, essentially telling us what he told us at the banquet of how to behave in front of a king. Then all of a sudden, Parodes turns up and causes mischief. And if you just saw when we came in, there was this big door to our right. That was a curveball, because I was like getting close to that, thinking that's where we needed to be to get on the ride first. Turns out that this big staircase opens. That was wicked. That was a... the stairs are parting, my good friend, because of our little magical friend over here. So once the stairs are parted, that guy is, our little mate from earlier, is proper stressing out. So one of the things that I liked about, well, there was also things I liked about Symbolica. So I'll tell you about those as we're about to get on the ride. First of all, what I like, it's a long ride. You know when you're like queuing up and then a ride is over in like 20 seconds? This one goes on for, I think it's at least 5 minutes. It's a long ride. Also as well, there's 3 different routes. So if you wanted to go on it again, you can get a slightly different experience as well. As we're going into like the wizard's chamber here, all of like the sort of animatronic dudes are like really advanced. Like they've all been a lot of them been animated with motion capture, so this is like sort of pretty high-tech stuff. As we got our little mate here back out with his little wand, who's sending us off into a spin. It's also like quite a chilled ride as well, so if you don't like the scary rides, this is like ideal and perfect for you. If you just want to chill and see some insane things, one of which I think is coming up in just a sec. This is one of the bits which maybe is gonna like go, whoa, that's pretty cool. Lots of nice twinkly fantastical things to be going on with. I think that, oh, there we go, it's a nice lovely skyline. Some of it is a bit dark. I mean, obviously when you're using your actual eyes, it's loads better, but it is a little bit dark on the camera. As much as I would like to have sat in there with a massive light so you guys can see anything. So you saw when I dip the camera down there, there's that little console. You can I think you can hear it whirring at the moment. Keep an eye on that console, because you can do interactive things with some of the bits on the ride. So I didn't notice that first time round. We went on it 3 times to look at all the different routes. This is a bit, I think, is it this bit coming up now? Yeah, so in this greenhouse bit, this bit was mad. So I'm just there, like, you know, expecting like some more twinkliness. And then this guy shows up. I was like, alright. I'm still not entirely sure. Like, oh, and then the whole thing starts cracking and the water starts leaking. That was a really good bit. I'm still not sure how they did the fish effects. All of the effects in this are like mad. They are like really, really good special effects. And now our little mate is back over here, probably ready to cause more mischief. I would have thought. He looks a bit terrified of something. So this is a bit where you choose the 3 routes. So there's the heroes route, the treasure route, and the musical route. I think this one. Oh, here we all are. I think, can you, like, if you squint, you can. There I am waving at myself because I am a child. So I think this was the treasure route. So there's three different routes. They're just like slightly different and allow you to do, I think, different interactive things with the console on your little carriage. And here we are, I think, off into the wonderful world of treasure. I think as we pop out of here, spinning around into, like, I think it's like a library area. So all of the 3 different routes all take place in this room. There's one bit where you interact with this big musical organ thing, and then there's another bit where there is like these 2 knights battling out. Yeah, here we are on the treasure route, as you could probably guess by the massive, what looks like one of the Chaos Emeralds off of Sonic. So I don't think, because I think on this route round I didn't notice the interactive console. Keep an eye on that when you go. But otherwise I'd have... Are these guys playing with it? No, I don't know. Otherwise I'd have filmed it, but... There we are, swinging away from the treasure route. I think if I was going to choose my favourite... So I don't know if we missed out on any interaction on that, but the musical route, you can do a lot of things with the different instruments there, which is worth having a little look at. So if you are in the queue and you want to choose and you're maybe only going to do one, I do the music one. This was weird. It's like this bit where it's like all these corks are popping at you and I was just like flinching because it felt like they were flying at me. Here's one of the chefs. He was on at the banquet getting stuff wrong and things. Oh, and there's our other little mate who was at the banquet. There's the jester's, I don't know, is that his lady friend? There's the king. Didn't see the king. I didn't see the king wasn't on. Now, is it on this one we have a little dance? Again, because sometimes the routes are different. Like, we had a dance, I think, on this one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the disco starts in a second. And everyone starts busting a groove. It's like... Watching it back is mad. It's even more mad when you're actually on the ride. Like, this is like 5% of all of the sensory things that are going on when you're there. There's like, because as much as I wanted to like whiff me camera around to see all the things, I didn't want to like make everybody feel seasick. So there's so many other bits for you to check out. And then your photo appears on the wall. There I am with my camera above my face, like a maximum cool person. There I am, look. Stick that on the wall. But yeah, that was Symbolica. It was really fun. Banquet and stuff was like really jokes. That's pretty much like what Efteling is like quite about, really. Like, even with all of the rides that you go on, a lot of effort's made to make the whole experience really immersive. So even if you're on the Baron, which is like a sort of mining ride, George and the Dragon, which is like, I think that's the race one, where you're racing 2 roller coasters. There's immersion's like a really big part of all of their rides. So the Flying Dutchman as well, that's another one where I was just in the queue just having a nice time. But yeah, that's Symbolica. Amazing stuff. You can find out more about Efteling by heading over to funkidslive.com. Me and Bex also did a little vlog just talking a little bit about other things we liked about Efteling, so you can watch that here somewhere. And also as well, if you want to check out my YouTube channel N60 Sean, where we do video game stuff, that is also going to be around for you to look at as well. So yeah, cheers guys, drop a like if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.